Alright, so it looks like we're going to be going over to Furious Heights, and it looks like our starting challengers will be Sparks and Plague. We've seen Sparks several times on King of the Hill, and we saw Plague for the first time last week. You're listening to Grease Scotsman, and we're about to get Quake Live TV's King of the Hill weekly duel tournament underway. And for those that are new to how it all works, it is essentially a one-night-only weekly tournament that we do. The winner stays, the loser disconnects to make room for the next challenger, and the challenger can call vote the map. And basically the king tries to hold his ground for as long as possible, and at the end of the night, whoever is left standing is crowned the king. It looks like they are ready to go. And do we have any predictions, folks? We got Sparks and Plague facing off right here. Starting off, gonna go take a look at Sparks. Sparks starting off with the Mega and the mid-level yellow. He has an RL. And hopping over Plague has himself red armor. And the other yellow, of course, his armor's ticking down. We're gonna watch Plague for a minute here. He's got a beat on Sparks. Sparks is backed off and ran off to greener pastures. They're finally gonna encounter each other here. We got some LG coming out by Sparks, and he's burned off a bit of that armor. Plague now down to 40 health. But Plague's able to pull away 2 railgun shots, earning himself an impressive no blood drawn just yet, but Sparks is trying to make it happen, and he does so with a beautifully placed rocket. Looking at where Sparks still sitting with 170 health. Picking up armor, bumping up to 165 there. He gets a pair of rails, and he's looking for Plague. Can't quite line up that shot, but he's just waiting. And he's trying to cut off Plague. He's a little bit of a rocket, gets splashed, but he will pull down Plague for the second time. With yet another beautiful shot. 2-0 is the score. Not even a minute 30 burned away. Plague trying to defend red armor. Let's see if he got it. Yes, he did. And he botched the jump to Ya, but he's going to go grab it the old-fashioned way. He gets popped by Sparks' shot. Sparks able to nail him in the back of the ass with a railgun. Talk about getting butt plugged. And it looks like Plague will defend his ground up on the platform next to Mega. Sparks will back off and grab red armor. Sparks not quite topped off on health, but he has himself a bit of armor. He's going up strong with an LG, and he's got Plague on the run. Plague now down to 88 health, no armor. Sparks sitting at 70 and 121. And this time it's Plague sitting ready with the LG. He uses his shaft to fend Sparks down to only 22 health. And the battle's to be at red armor. Plague trying to time his move. He's able to grab red, but he doesn't have enough health to survive that rocket by Sparks. Sparks getting the 3rd frag. To get some feedback from the guys who run the place, Sparks getting oh wow, down to 6 health. And he's able to make the jump to the health. And he will survive with 21 health. This time, though, Plague should get the frag here. Finally gets on the board 6-1. But Plague finally done with this close but no cigar shit. He finally gets the frag. And we're going to go take a look at Plague, see how he's doing. 94 and 50. He's missing his rails, though. He finally hits that one. And so Sparks is going to have to back off with only 5 health here. And Plague is able to land a rail. Getting his 2nd frag. Sparks grabbing red armor and heading over to yellow. It should be popping. There it is. So Sparks is a little low on weapons, but he certainly has a nice stack at this point. He gets railed, and he also rails Plague not once but twice to get the 7th frag and defend himself from that upper platform. He's grabbed himself a bit more weapons now. Plague practically a fresh spawn. Sparks dodging the rocket and getting the beautiful fadeaway rail that will pull down Plague. Plague waiting at the telespawn but all for naught because Sparks just goes up strong, comes through the teleport, rails him with a fadeaway, takes the talent, grabs that Mega, and owns it. 9-2 is the current score. And Plague is having the devil's own task of taking care of Sparks. He's peeking around this pillar, using nice movement. Plague gets one into him. Sparks is going to have to back off here at 75 health. Dropping in to get red. Plague should be able to secure Mega. There it is. He picks it up. 9-2. And it is possible. Plague's got to do some quick work. Maybe get a few spawn frags here. Going after Sparks. You got him screaming in pain. He's making the move. And Sparks now has Plague screaming in pain, and Sparks pulls him down. Sparks once again getting away with only 11 health, folks. 11 health. And so Plague is just getting so close to getting to the frags, but it's just not enough. And we see Sparks trying to wait, time that move to red, make sure that Plague wasn't going to make a play for it. And so if we see, Plague sitting on Mega, he's just grabbed both armors. So he's pretty well stacked. He's a little bit low on a rocket ammo. Sparks still pretty stacked himself, using great LG. Plague hasn't done a bit of damage to him at all. Plague is running, and gets shot in the ass. Yeah, you cannot turn away from Sparks when his LG is on. I mean, look at that shaft work, folks. That was a monstrous stack that Sparks pulled through without suffering hardly any damage. That was just partly a weapon choice issue by Plague, not choosing the best counter to that lightning gun, and he paid for it with his life. 13-2 is the current score. Plague now being a little too aggressive. I think he's realizing that the time is going short. He's not really trying to stay away from Sparks anymore. He's going up strong with things like plasma guns. Now that's a nice move, and I like that. Duck around the corner with the shotgun and just wait for Sparks to come through. Sparks getting a nice lucky spawn, though, able to grab himself Mega. And he doesn't have any armor, but he's going to be able to defend himself with a rocket launcher. He's going after Plague once again with that Shaft of Death. And this time Plague is just running away from it. Sparks is going to be able to grab the middle level yellow. Able to get a rail into Sparks, but Sparks is still going strong with 94 health. 0 armor. Plague going to be screaming in pain, and down he goes. Sparks once again using that Shaft. And Plague arriving late to the red armor party. Sparks waiting for a jump across the pillars there, and Plague just fakes him out, drops in, and Sparks finally gets beat on him, takes him down 17-4. That last frag for Plague was a telefrag. Spark going down with a big fat kersplat. Plague trying to do his worst with the lightning gun, and there it is. That's what we like to see. That's what Plague needed. Apparently he just needed to stop using rockets and start using the shaft, because Sparks rode it well, just hopped on it like a broomstick. And Sparks almost getting telefragged again. He's a little slow to move off of that tele spot. And he's going after Plague. He should get him here. Can't quite get the mid-air rocket, but Plague will lose his frag by getting a big fat crater. 17-4 is Sparks' favor. We're moving into 40 seconds left. And Sparks definitely taking the crown in this first round. We will see who the next challenger shall be. It looks like Sparks will end the night with 35% accuracy. Best weapon being Railgun. Plague, 26% accuracy. And Lightning Gun for him, interestingly enough, best weapon. We have quite the lineup for you guys. We have the noobs. We have Rafa, Raffle, ZZZ, what the fuck. So we're going to see noobs facing off against Sparks on a blood run. Sparks already having the advantage of being a little bit warmed up by that previous matchup. Noob saying, if he wins, Kitty is forever greater than Grab. We will see. Alright, looks like the noobs is ready, Sparks is ready, and we're gonna get this thing going live right here.
3, 2, 1, fight.
For someone who's talking about the quality of the stream, yeah, I mean, I'm running this thing basically from my house, so, you know, there you go.